My name is Rob Heath. I'm currently living in New Zealand. But 20 years ago, at the initiation of the Poland camp, I was in the UK, part of the team that came out here with the young people. Just to give you a little bit of a history, in 1995, there was a need in Europe, and especially in Eastern Europe, for a conference. And in England at that time, there had been 2 years of camps in Wales, and there were a handful of young people, maybe 25 at our second camp in Wales. And then we realized, because there were a lot of saints in Poland, well, a lot of young people, there was a need to provide something for the Polish young people and the surrounding Eastern European young people. At that point, we realized it was much easier for the Western Europeans to come to Eastern European than vice versa. So with this in mind, this camp was currently being used by some Polish saints. At which point, the brothers there considered that Zakopane or Ciche may be a good place to have the camp. So in 1995, in Western Europe, there were probably about 35 young people, mainly from the UK and a handful from West Germany at the time. But the majority of the young people were in Poland, and there were also some from Romania. So all up, we had about 35 saints from the UK, West Germany, and that was about it, and about 40 to 50 saints from Eastern Europe. So just one little story, we had a Polish bus come from Poland to pick up the Western European saints. And the reason for that was the Eastern European saints had very little money. And to help out the Eastern side, we decided to get a cheaper bus than we would get from the UK. So this was one of a highlight for the first year, that the kids would travel for about 45 hours from the UK through all the Western European countries into Poland, stopping on the way to pick up the kids from Germany before we got to Poland. So in that first camp, there were about 80 young people, and we had the fire station, which was a very dark spot, not well lit at all, and we were packed to the rafters in that camp. We also only had 2 houses, which is a little bit different from today, where I think there are about 17 houses. So you can see the progression.
Well, the junior conference runs from 12 to 15, and we have about 243 in that conference. And the senior conference is from 16 through 19, and we have 289 in this year. So this year we have 29 countries here, and not just the major Western European countries like Germany and France, UK, Ireland, Netherlands, Belgium, but also we have Poland, Czech Republic, Slovakia, and we have some from Russia, Belarus, Ukraine, and for the first time this year from Macedonia. We also get some countries from outside of Europe. Of course, we get from the US. This year we've got representation from Australia and Brazil and New Zealand. In total we have over 800 people, including families, who come with their children to be here and also participate in something new this year, which is a parents and children conference.
My main recollections from those first few years would be unusually the bus trip. We had a 45-hour bus trip across Europe, which with young people you would consider probably would be quite a hardship. But the atmosphere on the buses among the kids was so high. All I remember was singing and praying throughout those 45 hours. Then at the camp, because many of these kids have been isolated for many years, many of the kids were on their own in different localities. When they came together, it was like dynamite. The meetings were so enjoyable. They were so high.
The conference itself has been running for 20 years.
That's good.
And about 5 years ago, because of the growth, we
Hey!
this is Vincent.
Just to make it a bit lighter here.
Yeah. Thank you.